Hello dear students, this is Sindhu Kaushik. In the previous class, we have discussed some basics related to definition of Cartesian product, definition of relation, what is domain, range, codomain. So today we will discuss on the concept types of relations. Types of relations. In fact, the main types of relations. So here the types of relation. First one, empty relation, universal relation, and there are three. That is reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. So here the main types of relations are empty relation, universal relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation, and transitive relation. So let's begin with empty relation. So here empty relation. So what is the definition of empty relation? A relation R, capital R denotes the relation R in a set A is said to be empty relation if the condition is if no element of A is related to any element of A. So that is the definition of empty relation. So let us recall. So what do you mean by empty relation? A relation R in a set A is said to be empty relation if no element of the set A is related to any element of A. For an example, I am taking here the set A is equal to set of all students in boys school. Let us define the relation R is equal to, here I am defining the relation R. The relation is the set of all ordered pair A comma B. There is a relation between the first element and second element by means of A is sister of B. So here is the example for empty relation. I am taking A is equal to set of all students in boys school. Here the relation is set of all ordered pairs such that A is sister of B, where A and B belongs to the set A. Is it possible to have a sister in a boys school? No. So therefore R is equal to empty set, or R is equal to the set containing no elements. So is it clear? No student of this boys school can be a sister of any student. So therefore it is an example for empty relation. Let us take another example. Second example. Here I am taking A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and the relation R in the set A is equal to set of all A comma B such that A minus B, the difference is A minus B is equal to 10. So let us check whether it is empty or not. For that, first take Cartesian product of A with itself. So what is the Cartesian product? 1 with 1, 1 with 2, 1 with 3, 1 with 4. 1 with 1, 1 with 2, 1 with 3 and 1 with 4. So next, second element, 2 with 1, 2 with 2, 2 with 3, 2 with 4. 2 with 1, 2 with 2, 2 with 3, 2 with 4. Next third element, 3 with 1, 3 with 2, 3 with 3, 3 with 4. And the last element, 4 with 1, 4 with 2, 4 with 3 and 4 with 4. So this is the Cartesian product of this set 1, 2, 3, 4 with itself. Okay. So now what is our relation is a subset of the Cartesian product. Here define the relation such that A comma B whose difference must be 10. Here I am taking 1 and 1. The difference of 1 and 1 is what? 0, not 10. If I take 1 comma 2, the difference of 1 and 2 is 1. So not 10. 1 and 3 also not 10. 1 and 4, 2 and 1. The difference of 2 to 0, not 10. So 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. These elements does not belongs to R. In fact, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. So why? Any element of this collection do not give the difference is equal to 10. Therefore, the relation in the set A is empty. R is equal to empty set. So, this is the example, second example for empty relation. So, empty relation, here is the definition. No element of A is related to any element of A. So, here this relation and this one, which are examples for empty relation. Next relation, that is universal relation. So second, universal relation. So let us define the relation, universal relation. A relation R in a set A, you can take X also, is said to be universal relation, The condition is if every element of the set A is related to all the elements of A. So that is, we can say any element of A is related to every element of A. So that is the relation R in a set A. Any element of A is related to every element of the set A. Then we say that that relation is universal relation. In the previous definition, no element of A is related to any element of A. But in this, any element of A is related to every element of A. Then we say that that relation is universal. That is the complete Cartesian product A with itself. That is A cross A. If I take in place of the set A has X, then the relation becomes X cross X. If I take S, then the relation R equal to the complete S cross S. If I take a relation from the set A to set B, then the relation R becomes A cross B. Is it clear? So that is the definition of universal relation. Let us take an examples for this. So example, first example for the universal relation. Here I am taking A is equal to set of all students. in a particular school. And I am defining the relation as set of all ordered pairs A comma B such that the height difference of A and B must be less than 3 meters. 3 meters means 9 point something feet. So here I am taking the set A is set of all students in a particular school, and relation R is equal to A comma B such that the difference of height between these two AB means the students must be less than 3 meter. Okay. So here the relation is equal to the complete A cross A. Why? Because take any two students whose difference height must be, it is obvious, it must be less than 3 meters. Take any two students and take the difference of those heights. Then it becomes less than 3 meters obviously. Therefore, the relation is equal to the complete Cartesian product A cross A. So therefore, it is an example. I am taking another example to understand clearly. So here A is equal to, I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And the relation R is equal to set of all A comma B such that modulus of A minus B is greater than or equal to 0, where A and B belongs to A. Okay. So now I am taking the relation R to complete that set. What should I take? The Cartesian product of A with itself, that is A cross A is equal to what? So what is A cross A? A with A. 1 with 1, similar to previous problem, 1 with 2 and 1 with 3, 1 with 4, similarly 2 with 1, 2 with 2, okay, 2 with 1, 2 with 2, 2 with 3, 2 with 4. Similarly, third element 3 with 1, 3 with 2, 3 with 3, 3 with 4. Similarly, 4 with 1, 4 with 2, 4 with 3 and 4 with 4. That is the last element of the Cartesian product. Here, the relation R is equal to set of all ordered pairs A comma B such that the difference and modulus must be greater than or equal to 0. I am taking 1 and 1. So what is the difference between 1 and 1 is 0. So which is equal to 0. Therefore, this element belongs to the relation R. Therefore, R is equal to 1 comma 1. Next, 1, 2. If I take the difference 1 minus 2, it becomes minus 1. If I am taking the modulus for that minus 1, it becomes what? Plus 1. Plus 1 is obviously greater than 0. Here is modulus sign. Modulus sign means modulus of x is equal to plus x if x is greater than or equal to 0. And minus x if x is less than 0. Is it clear? Here, modulus of minus 1 is equal to, this x minus 1 is what? Less than 0. So, this is the definition minus of what is in the place of x. Minus 1, minus of minus 1 is plus 1. So, that is why mod minus 1 is plus 1. So, which is clearly greater than 0. Therefore, this element belongs to the relation R. Next, 1 and 3. So, what is the difference between 1 and 3? Is clearly minus 2. Modulus of minus 2 is plus 2. Plus 2 is clearly greater than 0. Therefore, 1 comma 3 also. Next, in general, if I take 1 and 4, the difference is 3. If I take 2 and 1, difference is 1, which is always greater than 0. 2 and 2, the difference is 0, that is greater than or equal to 0. Here is the equal to 0. So, therefore, which is also belongs to R. 2 and 3, 1. 2 and 4, 2, which is greater than 0. 3 and 1, if I take the difference, 2. 2 is also positive. If I take 3 and 2, the difference is 1. 1 is positive. 3 and 3 0, therefore equal to 0. So which is also belongs to that set. 3 4 is 1, which is greater than 0. 4 1, that is 3. 3 is greater than 0. If I take the difference of 4 2, it is 2. 2 is also greater than 0. If I take 4 3, the difference is 1, so which is also greater than 0. 4 and 4, that is 0. Greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, which is also belongs to the relation R. So, the relation R is nothing but the complete A cross A. So, that relation R is equal to the complete A cross A. It means what? This relation is universal relation. Okay. So, you can take A is equal to 5, 10, 15 and the relation R in the same way. Ordered pair A comma B such that mod of A minus B should be greater than or equal to 0. Then, if take any set, this relation satisfies the universal relation, which is an example for universal relation. Next, here is the small note, that is, first, together empty relation and universal relation we call trivial relation. The relation which is empty and universal, together we call this relation as trivial relation. Next note, if A comma B belongs to R, it means the ordered pair which belongs to the relation R, then we say A is related to B. Or it can be denoted as A or B. It means A related to B. Is it okay? So here is two notes. The relation which is a empty relation and universal relation, together these two relations called trivial relation. If A comma B belongs to R, then we say that A is related to B, which is also the simple notation for this is A related to B. Okay. So now start the definition of reflexive. Reflexive relation. So first, the set A and the relation R, which is a relation in the set A, is said to be reflexive. A relation R in a set A is said to be reflexive if it satisfies if A comma A belongs to R for all A belongs to A. What it means? Take any element of the set A, the ordered pair of A with itself must be belongs to R. It means if I take 1 which is in the element which is in the set A, 1 comma 1 must be in the relation R. If I take say X belongs to A, then X comma X must be in the relation R. So that is what reflexive relation. Is it clear? For all A belongs to A, this is important. You check for every element of the set A. Then only it is reflexive. For example, so here I am taking example. A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and the relation R is equal to 1 with 1, 1, 2, 2 with 2 and 3, 2, 3, 3. I am taking random example. So now, to check the reflexivity, recall the definition what it says. For all A belongs to A comma A must be in R. If I take 1, the element belongs to A. 1 comma 1, is it belongs to R? Yes. 1 comma 1 is in the relation R. Next, second element, if I take 2, 2 belongs to the set A. Is it 2 comma 2? The ordered pair 2 with 2 belongs to R. Here is the 2 comma 2. Okay. Now, I am taking the last element of the set A, that is 3 belongs to A. Is it 3 comma 3 belongs to R? In the collection R, 3 comma 3, here it is. So therefore, for take any element of A, for all A belongs to A, the ordered pair clearly belongs to R. That is 1 with 1, 2 with 2, 3 with 3 belongs to R. Therefore, this relation is reflexive. Therefore, R is reflexive. So don't ask 4 with 4 which does not belongs to R, ma'am. Here 4 is not there. Here we have only 3 elements, namely 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now I am taking another example which is not reflexive. So not reflexive, that is the negation of the definition reflexive relation. For reflexive, A comma A belongs to R, for all A belongs to the set A. That is reflexive. Not reflexive means there exists at least one element which is belongs to A, but the ordered pair with itself does not belongs to the relation, or then we say that that relation is not reflexive. If there exists at least one element. Okay. So I am taking same example. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, but just changing the relation elements, that is 1 with 1 and 1 with 2, 2 with 2 and 3 with 2. That's it. I am not taking this element. Now, is it a reflexive relation? This example is reflexive. No. Why? If I take 1, clearly 1 with 1 is belongs to R. If I take 2, 2 with 2 clearly belongs to the relation R. If I take 3, is 3 comma 3 belongs to R? No. Here 3 comma 3 does not belongs to R. Therefore, the given relation R is not reflexive. Why it is not reflexive? So there is an element 3 belongs to A, but 3 with 3 does not belong to the relation R. Therefore, here is the negation of reflexivity. Therefore, it does not belong to R, which is not reflexive. Is it clear? So this is the definition and example for reflexive and not reflexive. Next type, symmetric. Dear student, please note all these. Second one, symmetric relation. The word symmetric itself says symmetry means the exact half. If I have AB, then the complete opposite, that is BA, must be in the relation R. Then we say that it is symmetric. That is, let us define formally. The set A, if I take the set A and the relation in the set A is said to be symmetric if A comma B belongs to R. If A comma B belongs to R, this implies B comma A must belongs to R. If I take X comma Y belongs to R, it means this implies Y comma X also in R. Then we say that relation is symmetric. It means if I take 1, 2, if a relation contains 1, 2, then check for 2, 1. Is it 2, 1 in relation R? Then we say that it is symmetric. If 2, 1 does not belongs to R, then we say that it is not symmetric. For example, A is equal to say 1, 2, 3 and the relation R is equal to 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. Next 1, 3, 3, 1. So now check for symmetric. So here first element is 1, 1. So what is the opposite of 1, 1? Clearly 1, 1 belongs to R. Opposite of 1, 1 is also 1, 1 itself. Therefore it is clearly belongs to R. So the opposite is belongs to R. Next, if I take 1, 2, if 1, 2 belongs to R, this implies is 2, 1 belongs to R. Is 2, 1 belongs to R? Here 1, 2 belongs to R. 2, 1, here is 2, 1. So clearly 2, 1 belongs to R. If I take 2, 1 belongs to R, is it implies what is the opposite? 1, 2. Is it clearly belongs to R? Yes. Here is the 1, 2. Next, the element 1, 3 is belongs to R. Is 3, 1 belongs to R? Is 3, 1 belongs to R? Here is 3, 1. So therefore, the complete, if I take any element whose opposite reverse order is also belongs to the set R, therefore this relation is R is symmetric. So let us take an example for not symmetric. Here I am taking not symmetric. That is, if I take the relation A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and the relation R is equal to similar to that 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1 and 1, 3. Just neglecting last element. Here 1, 1 clearly belongs to R, whose opposite is nothing but 1, 1 itself. So which is in R. If I take 1, 2, this implies 2, 1. Is it 2, 1 belongs to R? Check it for 2, 1. This clearly belongs to R. Okay. If I take 1, 3, 1, 3 is clearly belongs to R. What is the reverse of this? 3, 1. Is it belongs to R? 3, 1. Here 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3. But 3, 1 is not there in the set R. Okay. So does not belongs to R. Therefore, the given relation R is not symmetric. Is it clear? For the symmetric relation example, for not symmetric example. Okay. So next type, that is transitive. Next relation, transitive relation. A relation R in a set A. A relation R in a set A is said to be, that relation is said to be transitive relation. Said to be transitive relation. A relation R is said to be transitive relation in the set A if the condition is if A comma B belongs to R, the ordered pair A with B belongs to R and B with C also belongs to R, it implies A with C is belongs to R. It means the two elements must be in R. You must check for the third element, that is A with C. A, B, C. A with B belongs to R. B with C belongs to R. You check for A with C. Is it belongs to R? Is it clear? So that is the definition of transitive relation. If a relation contains AB and BC, then it must contain A with C, AC. Here BB is common. Then that relation is nothing but a transitive relation. Let's take an example. So first example, here I am taking A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and the relation R is equal to 1 with 2 and 1 with 3, 2 with 3 and 1 with 3, 3 with 2, okay, I am taking randomly. So is it a transitive relation? For the relation is to be transitive, we choose two elements, namely it look like A with B and B with C. Here B is common. That is, if I take 1, 2 belongs to R, clearly 1, 2 belongs to R. Next element must begin with what? 2. 2 comma, so 2 comma 3. Here is the 2 comma 3, beginning element 2. Clearly belongs to R. If 1 and 2 belongs to R and 2 and 3 belongs to R, we check for first and last element, that is 1, 3. Is 1, 3 belongs to R? Here 1, 3. Here also 1, 3. Take one element, 1, 3. Here 1, 3 is clearly belongs to R. So 1 with 2 belongs to R, 2 with 3 belongs to R. Then 1 and 3 is also belongs to R. If I take another element, namely say 1, 3, begin with 1, 3. Here 3 is ending, second element, so begin with 3. 3 with, here is 3 with 2. It clearly belongs to R. So here 3 is common, we check for what? 1 and 2. Is 1, 2 belongs to R? Is 1, 2 belongs to R? Clearly 1, 2 belongs to R. So therefore, if I take any element, 2, 3, 3, 2. So here, now, here check for 2, 3. 2, 3 belongs to R. Next, start with what? 3. 3, 2 is clearly belongs to R. 3, 3 is common. What about AC? That is 2, 2. Is it belongs to R? It does not belongs to R. So here, take 2 with 2. Then it belongs to R. Then it becomes a transitive relation. If the relation does not contain 2, 2, then does not belongs to R. Therefore, we say that this relation is not transitive. Next example. Second example for transitive. You can take any number for 5, 6, 7. And the relation R is equal to, let us define the relation R. 5 with 6, 6 with 7 and 5 with 7. I am taking only 3 elements. Check it for transitive, whether it is transitive or not. So here, start with 5 with 6. Belongs to R. Together, take 6. Begin with 6. 6, 7. It also belongs to R. Check it for 5 and 7. Is the pair, ordered pair, belongs to the set R? Clearly, it belongs to R. So, therefore, this relation is what? Transitive relation. Okay. So, this is about reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Here is the mind map to remember all the definition together. Please take down the note. That is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So first, reflexive. So what is reflexive says? The definition. The relation R in a set A is said to be reflexive if A comma A belongs to the relation R for all A belongs to A. Take any element of A, the ordered pair of A with itself must be in R, then we say that that relation is reflexive relation. For symmetric, take relation R. R, it represents relation, not a real number. In a set A, then what is the condition? If A comma B belongs to R, this implies what? B comma A must belongs to R. Then we say that that relation is symmetric. Here for all AB belongs to the elements AB belongs to the set A. Last transitive, the relation R in the set A, that is the relation R from set A to A. Here the condition is what? If A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, then A comma C must belongs to R. Okay, so this is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. So next, not reflexive means what? Not symmetric. Last one, not transitive. Okay, so first, not reflexive means what? If there exists at least one element, A belongs to A, such that A comma A does not belongs to R, then we say that that relation is not reflexive. Is it clear? There exists at least here for all. Negation for all, there exists some element or at least one element. Not symmetric is what? If A comma B belongs to R, but B comma A does not belongs to R, then we say that that relation is not symmetric. For not transitive, if A comma B belongs to R and B comma C belongs to R, but A comma C not in R. If A comma C not in R, then we say that that relation is not transitive. Is it clear? So this is all about reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Okay. Okay. So here I am taking friend relation. Friend relation, is it reflexive, symmetric, transitive? So it is clearly all reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Why? Me, friend of me, friend of myself. You, friend of yourself. Therefore, A with A clearly belongs to the relation R, that is friend. A with A means me and myself, that is the friend. Me, friend of myself. Therefore, it is reflexive. Next, for symmetric, I am taking A is equal to say Kaushik and say B is equal to Karthik. Here I am taking the relation between these two is friend. So check for first A comma B belongs to R means if A comma B belongs to R, it means what? A comma B, that is Kaushik. What is the relation? Friend is the relation. Kaushik is friend of Karthik. If Kaushik is friend of Karthik, then we check for what? BA. That is, B means Karthik. A means Kaushik. If Kaushik is friend of Karthik, it means what? Karthik becomes a friend of Kaushik. It is obvious, right? If Kaushik is friend of Karthik, then it means what? Karthik is also a friend of Kaushik. So therefore, the friend relation is symmetric. Next, check for transitive. That is, I am taking for transitivity, we choose three elements, namely A, B, C. Here I am taking A is equal to say Kaushik and B is equal to say Vritik and C is equal to say Karthik. So check for one by one. That is, if I take here AB belongs to R means what? Kaushik is friend of Vritik. So first Kaushik is friend of Vritik. That is first AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R means what? BC is Ritik and Karthik. Belongs to R means what? Friends. So here BC, that is if Vritik is friend of BC. C is what? Karthik. If Ritik is friend of Karthik, then what is the condition? Then AC must be in R. AC is what? A is Kaushik and C is Karthik. Is Kaushik becomes a friend to Karthik? Clearly, Kaushik becomes friend of Karthik. That is, the simple representation is, here I am taking Kaushik and Ritik and Karthik. If Kaushik is friend of Ritik, F stands for friend. Here Ritik is friend of Karthik. If Kaushik is friend of Ritik, Ritik is friend of Karthik, it means what? Kaushik and Karthik are also friends to each other. In fact, mutual friends. So that is A to B, B to C, then A to C. A comma B belongs to R, B comma C belongs to R. It implies AC is also belongs to R. Therefore, the friend relation is a transitive relation. So, friend relation is reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Is it clear? So, last, these three relations, if a relation R satisfy reflexive relation and symmetric relation and transitive relation, then we say that that relation is equivalence relation. Equivalence relation. So define equivalence relation. A relation R is said to be equivalence if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Then we say that that relation is equivalence relation. Here friend relation is equivalence relation because it is symmetric and first reflexive and symmetric and transitive. Therefore friend relation is an equivalence relation. Is it clear? So it's all about reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay. In the next class we will discuss on exercise 1.1. Okay, thank you.